everybody. So I decided to do my elderly interview on my grandmother, Joyce L. Introduce yourself.
My name is Joyce L. I am the grandmother to Lashana Timbers, my first grandchild.
Okay, my grandmother is 63 years old. So Nana, I just want to ask you a little bit about your life history and how you were raised and periods through your life. Are you willing to share with us?
Sure.
Okay. So what is your first memory of your childhood?
Being raised on the farm, playing outside with these big trees, just watching cars pass, big house, just playing. That's what I did with play
Play outside.
outside.
Kids don't know about that nowadays.
No,
They don't really play outside.
they don't
It's all
play
about
outside.
technology.
Yeah, they don't go
nowadays.
outside and get fresh air.
Yeah, it's nice to be outside, looking at nature, being around nature.
Right, right. When you spend time outside, your mind, the sun and the energy of the earth stimulates your mind.
I like that.
Yes.
What is your most vivid historical moment or memory?
Um, Historic would be the killing of the President John F. Kennedy.
Wow.
I remember seeing that on television. It was in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that just as it was yesterday. It still stayed in my mind. And then the second one was killing Martin Luther King. That assassination. Those two assassinations played vivid in my mind. And the most recent one is I've lived a lot of years. I've seen swine flu, all kinds of polio, all
Wow.
different things, and even sickle cell anemia disease, which is something that is close to my heart. But the COVID-19, the coronavirus, that stays in my mind. I've gone from not really thinking it was real to conspiracy theory to I know it's real. So it has really touched me as a historic, emotional thing in my life.
It's crazy how we go through things in life and we might see it in the history books later because
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King, I was learning about that in school. So
Yes, and I lived through that.
it's crazy that you lived through it. So
Yes.
yeah, interesting. What did your parents make you do that you hated doing?
My parents never really made me do anything. I hated to eat the animals that they killed on the farm at the fresh meat.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that my grandmother would cook it and say that if you wanted something to eat, you had to eat it. So I refused to eat. And especially when they killed my pet goat, Nanny, I that was crucial to me. And I hated eating fresh butchered meat.
Does it have like an acquired taste? Like
Yes,
funny?
yes, it's strong, and most people love that taste.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the taste of fresh meat. I don't like the way it smells. So that was one of the things that, believe it or not chores, not go to church. It was watching them butcher meat.
Oh gosh, butcher animals.
Yes.
What do you use to do in the evening or before days of the radio and television?
Play outside.
Just play outside, yeah.
Read books. I would read the Reader's Digest, McCall magazine. I would watch at 4 o'clock every day. And back in the South, there was something called the Whistleblowers. It was a sawmill, and every day at 4 o'clock it was a doo-doo. Then at 7 in the morning it would do the same thing, meaning it's time to report to work. So at 4 o'clock, I would stand beside the plant. It's a flower that blooms right at 4 o'clock every day. I would stand by that plant, and then I would stand right by the highway. So I would watch the people leave work and just wave at people as they were leaving work.
So, what do you remember about going to school back in your day?
I remember my school days were great, actually. I loved going to school. I remember getting in a lot of trouble for talking in class.
So you were a social butterfly.
I was a social butterfly. I was, even on my report card, I still have my report cards from when I was in first.
Wow.
Yeah, at home, from first through 6th grade. And they all say she asked too many questions. She, she always challenged the teacher, and that was annoying to the teacher because I was just a seeker.
Yeah.
I just was
Seeker of knowledge.
Yeah, I just want to know why. I mean, why?
No more.
I want to know more, and they had to prove to me that if something was. Cause I'm a logical person, so things have to make sense to me. Things that don't make sense to me, I have a problem with it. So that's one of the things about my job in education.
That's why you're so smart now. Okay, so we're now going to ask you questions about your young adulthood. So, what was life like as a young adult dating? Like, who were you dating, and what kind of things did you do on a date?
Dating was dancing, attending after school parties, after the football game, after the basketball game. I was in the band, so we were, we had a little bit of privilege there. There was a club called Club 500, yeah, and everyone would go there after school functions and at night and dance. And then my date was, my first boyfriend was named Shelley Bennett, and he was a drummer, and I was so stuck on drummers. And we lived in the same community, so to this day, Shelley and I still are really close friends. But my dating was cool because I would get in trouble for sneaking out.
Oh.
To go to the club, to dance.
Who was the first president you voted for? Do you remember why you voted for this person?
The first president that I voted for, I'm kind of ashamed to say that at this age, I started voting consistently when Bill Clinton became president. I didn't follow politics as much, but I started to realize that I needed to be more involved because I was getting more involved in the community, and realized that it made a difference. I had to start voting because he was a people's person, and I like that about him. He was the first president to me that was really real as far as the hands-on person. Authentic, and because I was, again, into politics in my community, I was like an ambassador for the community, won awards for my community service. I started to realize the importance of voting.
Voting, yeah.
Yeah, so that's Bill Clinton, and I voted for him because he was a hands-on person.
Yeah, I don't think young people know the importance of voting and, having a voice and having a choice. I think a lot of us young people take that for granted, and we don't use.
No, we don't use it. I think Obama made a big change in that, but I think that we've gone back to not voting again. And I understand that
because we're hopeless. I think
we feel hopeless, and we feel that it's conspiracy. We feel that it's not going to change anything for us as a person or people. But when you vote, I didn't realize until I started voting that you're not just voting for the president. It's a whole ballot of things. You're voting for health care. You're voting for the elderly. You're voting for prisoners. You're voting for a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, you're voting for they're gonna keep free lunches in the school, or they're gonna take things away, grants away. When we don't look at it, all we think about is the president part of it. But there's more than the president on that ballot. It's life changes, things that can affect you as an individual.
Yeah, that's very important. If married, what do you remember best about your wedding ceremony or your wedding day?
My wedding ceremony was beautiful because it was the first wedding held at our church, and a lot of people had never in my little country town been to a wedding. And I remember it. I put it together myself. It was handmade. It was a handmade wedding, and it was beautiful. And I remember it because, again, it was one of the first ones I ever attended. I never attended a wedding until my own. And I remember the song, The Bells of St. Mary was one of my favorite ones. My father walked me down the aisle. My best friend Joyce was there. So I remember it.
It was really homey and
it was homey. It was country.
Sentimental to you.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
How many children do you have?
I have a boy and a girl. They're both 44 right now. Your mother, your mother who is 44 turned 44 on March 9th. And then your uncle will turn 45 April 22nd. So right now, I typically have twins right now.
Best of both worlds, though. Girl
Both
and
a boy and a girl, and they both different. They're like night and day.
Uh-huh.
They're night and day.
I can vouch for that. What is it like to be a younger parent? What was it like versus today? How was the parent different from back then versus today?
Back then, parents were more involved.
Mm-hmm.
We were hands on. We were there with our older version of being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't just set them in front of TV. We didn't just give them a TV dinner. We didn't just let them play on their cell phones or telephones. They went outside. Children went outside. One of the things was trying to get them to come inside at nighttime. I feel that parents don't give their children any type of structure or discipline, action, or really that much into their children.
Mm-hmm.
They're just really not into their children, making sure that they have things of substance that can carry them on, because you're not going to live forever, and your child need to have life skills.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I miss
That's
the mark.
important.
Yeah, I miss the mark. I miss certain things. Although I tried to make sure my children had was exposed to certain things, but I still miss the mark,
Mm-hmm.
and we still miss the mark. I didn't make sure they knew how to do credit, how important credit was. I didn't make sure they had savings. Those are the things that I'm teaching you and your
And I
siblings
appreciate that.
and my grandchildren now. Savings accounts, how to communicate well, how to be courageous. Those are things that are missing now.
Mm-hmm.
Parents just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. What is your occupation? And if you had to do it all over again, would you still pick that same profession? What was your occupation back then, and what is it today?
It's pretty much mirrors itself. I've always been in administration. I've always been a secretary, administrative assistant, and executive assistant. I always taught school on the side as a side job. I always aimed. I've lived a long life that I've had 2 or 3 careers,
Mhm.
even hobbies that have brought me income, photography, writing, filmmaking, all those things. So I'm still, things haven't really changed for me. I'm still in the position of leadership. I love leading. I've always been a leader. I didn't want to accept that about myself, that I was a leader, but I grew into it. I grew into it.
Your calling.
My calling. I grew into my calling.
Mm-hmm. Would you change that? Would you pick a different profession, or would you still keep the same profession?
I would keep the same one.
You enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
It's your baby. That's your heart.
That's my heart.
And we're going to talk about your late adulthood. So
Okay.
now, currently, do you have parents or grandparents that were immigrants? If so, where from?
I'm not sure where they were from, but my grandmother, my great grandmother, name was Eva. I remember her very vividly. She didn't speak English. She spoke a different language. She was really dark, and I don't know where she's from. Some said Haiti, some said Africa. I don't really know. I started doing the family tree, but I stopped. But there is some, definitely some different type of birthrights or birthmarks somewhere here going on with us.
Right. I would like to get to know a little bit more about that, though.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start the family tree
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Continue the project.
Yes.
If there's someone in your life with whom you can have a close and warm relationship with, who is that?
It would be, this is my granddaughter, her name is LaShayla Timbers.
Moi.
We've been together before her birth. As I always tell the story that I was cleaning my closet one Friday night, and while I clean my closet, while I'm cleaning, I'm always praying. I was in that closet, and I looked down and I saw a vision of a baby wrapped in a pink blanket in a bassinet, and I ran to my daughter, asked her was she pregnant. She said no, which she was lying. And from then on, I just kept walking, and I kept having this vision of this little baby girl, and it was LaShayla. So I love my relationship with her. We've been through a lot. We've been through anger. We've been through good times, bad times. But overall, she is my best friend. She knows me better than anybody else. Can't lie to her. I'm learning to learn from her because she has such a great spirit as far as knowing and reading people. and I used to be that way. And she can read people very well, so she has a lot of my tendencies. So I like that.
I learned from the best.
So Machina is my best friend, and it's strange, but she is. Although I don't like her sometimes, but she's still my best friend. That's what best friends do for each other.
Yeah, we're very, very close, and
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Because a lot of people don't have their grandmothers right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And I personally don't know what I would do without you.
Wow.
You support me 100%. Like, you are my backbone.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful and happy that
Yeah.
you're here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh. Do you feel like your living arrangements are satisfactory?
Oops. And oops. Well, I am living in a small space, which was supposed to be a single place for just grandma. But I have my granddaughters with me, which is not a cruel task. It's actually quite fun. And the reason why I live in such a uncertain place in my life because I didn't know where I wanted to live. I only knew that I wanted to retire and live in Africa, and I built my homes in Africa. I didn't know where in the U.S. I wanted to live. I know that I love Florida. I love the weather. So I finally recently decided that it's time to go ahead and buy a house, or at least rent a house with option to buy. So finally I found out where I want to be, and that is Florida and Africa.
So you can have that space for all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder, so I need I need 2 houses.
Have you had to adjust your standards of living since retiring?
No.
No. Everything's probably like the same.
Everything is good. I mean, because I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I don't live that lifestyle except buying shoes.
Yes. And I get that from you.
I am an online guru, chick retail therapy.
We're like
wonderful.
Crazy about shoes. Like, we love shoes.
Yeah, well,
like
I mean,
this is my shopping partner.
Yeah, I
We do
love
a lot
shoes.
of retail therapy, don't we?
Yeah,
Nana?
and my other granddaughters are the same. They love shoes, and they got that from me. But I think everything is good for me.
Mhm.
I earn a good salary. I receive good retirement, and I can live off of that if I manage and cut back a little bit on my retail therapy and stop having so many panic attacks and have to use the corns and the credit card. I will probably be a little bit better. So I'm really honing in on that and working on the retail therapy.
That's going to be hard. What do you do to keep your health?
I have very bad health habits. I'm fortunate. I am very, very fortunate that I'm not on, for my age, most people my age are on blood pressure medicine, diabetes, all kinds of things. I'm not on any of those things. I only have to take something for anxiety, because I think that because of my past, I was really a health guru. I was into running marathons and track. I had a personal trainer. So I feel that my body had conditioned to that. So that sustained me for a long time. But I do know that now I need to get back into a good, healthy routine physically. And hopefully after all this is over with the coronavirus, I'll be able to get back into that because I had just joined the gym. Because it can easily go wild if I don't watch it, because my metabolism is slow now because of my age.
Right.
So I need to practice good eating habits, which I don't, and I love sweets.
Well, that's about to change.
I love sweet stuff. Oh God.
Oh my God, big
I'm
sweet tooth.
I'm a cookie monster for real.
How often do you have contact with your children and grandchildren and other relatives? Every single day.
Every single day. 4 a.m. until I turn my phone off at night. Every day I speak to my grandchildren, I speak to my children, I speak to my brothers, sisters, friends, the children in Africa. I have like 41 over there, and clinics and schools. So I'm constantly
On the phone.
on the laptop, talking to somebody. Again, that's that leadership and then nurturing and caring side of me that just can't say no to the needs of people.
Right. That's good though. Very, very giving person. I admire that most about you.
Yeah, but
Very generous.
yeah, I'm generous, but the flip side of that is sometimes I feel lonely because I don't have nobody to I feel physically loving. I know people love me verbally and mentally, but as far as the physical side, spending time with me, going on walks and things, I don't have that. So sometimes that brings me a little down, but not to the point where I want to jump off the bridge.
Well, hopefully God will send you somebody.
Yeah, amen.
Amen.
I claim it.
What do you let your grandchildren do that your children cannot do?
Well, my grandchildren does everything.
We're spoiled.
They're
Very
spoiled. I purposely spoil them. I think that is, as a grandmother, is cute, and I'm glad that I'm in the position to be able to spoil them because my mother was not able to. So I feel to me it's a blessing. So
And we're thankful for it.
Yeah,
We're happy.
yeah, and
We don't complain.
No, y'all don't complain, and my children don't complain. I spoil them too. So that is really they all spoil.
Mm-hmm. All of us. Every
Yeah,
single
my
last
children
one
and my grandchildren, they spoil. My friends, they spoil.
Do you have any hobbies or have you ever collected anything?
I collect everything. I'm a hoarder. My hobby is reading and writing and photography. I love reading books. Always have since a little girl, so that was one of the things that I did as a child. Growing up under the tree, I would read Reader's Digest, McCall magazines, and newspaper. So that never left me. I love reading. I collect a lot of stuff because I do collect for missions. So I collect almost anything. So anything and everything. But I do collect. I love beautiful tea sets, and I love shapes of tea cans, cans that tea come in. I love those things, and again, I just love collecting books. I just regret that libraries are going out of style. I mean, I've been saving books for ages because I want to someday have my own library.
Some things are, electronic. They have electronic books and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just taken away.
It's just a lot of things are just becoming outdated.
Yes.
It's so sad.
It is sad because I mean, I saved books for my grandchildren. I have Dr. Seuss books. That some of the original Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah.
I have
Big Dr. Seuss fan.
Yeah.
Have you ever played any musical instruments?
Yes, I played violin, French horn, drums. I was learning how to play the piano. I love the violin most of all. It sends you somewhere else when you play violin. It's like the music of the spirit, and I love it.
Very soft.
It's
and
soft
soothing.
and soothing. So yes, I played instruments. I have two violins that I have in my cart. When I get some extra money, I'm going to order them. But I have not kept up with my skills, so I need to learn how to play violin all over again.
Okay. That'll be interesting to see you have a violin in the house.
Yeah, it's going to, yeah.
Violin.
It's
I'd
going
like
to
to
be.
see that. Oh my gosh. What is your strongest asset, you would say?
I'm nurturing and caring.
Yeah.
I'm genuine.
Very genuine.
I'm very genuine.
This is the sweetest person you can ever meet. Like, she's so sweet and kind to everybody, and when she walks in a room, she just brightens the whole room, like with your attitude, your spirit.
Yeah, that's how I just at work. I work in the emergency room at the hospital, so when I'm not there, it's like a gloomy feeling there. So when I walk in the room, everybody, and I walk through the door, just like everybody just cheer up and start teasing, because I tease everybody, and everybody tease me, and I take it as a good taste.
Yeah, because it's fun.
I'm fun, and everybody's in my office, so my cheerfulness.
Yeah, cheerfulness, yeah.
My cheerfulness.
What is the best gift you've ever received? That's a hard one. You get a lot of gifts.
I get lots of gifts. First of all, my best gift was Shayna Timbers, having my first grandchild. her. The next one I would say my passport, but it wasn't a gift because I got to travel all over the world.
And
So
that's your favorite.
my favorite thing is traveling all over the world doing missions. I think that my best gift that I received was when I received my card to become an international missionary in Kenya.
That's
Yeah.
big. That's good.
Yeah, but I do want to be gifted with a Mickey Mouse watch. I always wanted a Mickey Mouse watch, and
People always say that.
I want one, but
I
nobody
need
wants.
to give you a Mickey Mouse.
I
watch.
have
need
one
to
in
get
my
you one.
cart on Amazon. I even begged for one for Christmas at work. No one would give me a Mickey Mouse watch because they didn't think I was serious.
Wow.
I always
Mickey
wanted.
Mouse. It's the little things with her. The little things. I love it.
I just want a Mickey Mouse watch. I'll be complete.
And I think you can get a Mickey Mouse watch from like anywhere.
And they like
I see
$14.
them all. I see them all the time at Walmart.
They're $9 to $14, and I refuse to buy my own.
What is the most extravagant thing you've ever done?
Oh, stay 2 nights on South Beach.
Stay too nice on top. What was this?
I don't kiss and tell. 2 nights South Beach in a hotel that costs like $400 a night.
Okay.
Rick.
Okay. What is the most proud thing you've done that you're proud of?
Starting the missions.
Starting
Starting Journeys
missions,
by
helping
Grace,
people.
Global Missions. That's the proudest thing that I've done, and having to ask for funding.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time to want to feel comfortable asking people for money
Mm-hmm.
for missions, and I think God broke me that way because I was ashamed to ask people for money. Even as a young mother, I would not ask anybody to help me.
Right.
He put me in a position where I have to now ask for money to help local
People all
missions
over the world.
all over the world. Atlanta, Florida, all over the world. Indiana, just planted a church in Indiana, of all places. I would have never thought that I would be planting a church in Detroit, of all places.
Do you
Detroit.
feel like helping other people bring you more blessings? Like it
Yes.
makes you feel good inside?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to pray that I would give more and more and more because I felt that my grandchildren would be blessed, their children, my children, from generations to generations. So I feel like that's one reason why I was a
And we
giver.
are blessed. Grandma's prayers work.
Yeah, you always say that.
Yes. What is the most important rule you live by?
I think that one of the things I live by is not holding grudges.
Mm-hmm. I
Not
need
to
to work on that.
Not to hold a grudge. That's one of the things that I don't hold grudges. I'm very forgiving.
Very. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yes.
That's that Capricorn.
Yes.
Who has had the most influence in your life?
In my life, I'm going to say my grandmother, Alma Johnson,
Is this your grandmother or your great grandmother?
my grandmother.
Your grandmother. Okay.
And as far as a celebrity, someone that's well known, Maya Angelou.
Mm-hmm.
She made a great impact on my writing and expressing myself, and that has helped me to grow.
I love her writing.
Yeah. So my grandmother, my friend in London, Michael Angelo, and Maya Angelou. So those are the people that had the greatest influence.
That's good. I like that.
And of course my grandchildren also, because I want to make sure that I leave something, a legacy for them,
A legacy behind.
for them that they'll be proud of from their grandmother.
And I'm already proud of you.
Well, thank you.
I look up to you.
Thank you.
What would you still like to do that you haven't done yet?
Earn my PhD and go ahead and relocate to Africa and come back and forth here. The U.S. will be my second home, but Africa be my full home because that's just where my heart is. I feel really happy there. So that's
I would like to go there with you, but you know I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's a long plane ride.
Yes, the minimum is 12 hours, 12 to 13 hours in the air. I love it there. I love Kenya. It's where I love
Your roots.
my roots.
Can you give us the best advice you can give for today's youth? What's the best advice you can give for the youth of today?
The best advice I can give them is to be humble and respectful, and to learn everything they can. Be a leader, not a follower.
Definitely. You always teach me that.
Yeah, be a leader and not a follower, and have have respect, and that comes with being humble. Have respect, and that would take you so far. I'm not saying that people abuse you or misuse you. I'm saying be respectful in every situation that you possibly can, because nobody can touch you on the inside. So that's outside. That's outside stuff. There's a whole other person inside, and that person is what you need to survive. So you don't have to worry about the outside trying to flatter people or live fake lives. It's what's on the inside that's going to sustain you. So I think my best advice is to be true to who you are, be respectful, and learn everything you possibly can, and apply yourself.
Yeah.
Apply yourself.
That's good advice. I like that. I'm glad we got to do this, Nana.
I'm glad to.
I learned a lot about you. Learned with these questions.
Well, I'm honored to be interviewed by my grandchild because I've done TV and radio before, and I've never been interviewed by my grandchild, anyone who's related to me. So this goes on in my history books as one of my moments in my lifetime that I was interviewed by my granddaughter.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh.